I am live, yay! Do you know how long it took me? I've been sitting here for like 20 minutes trying to figure out how to get this to work because I thought I could schedule this live stream on my phone while I'm out doing stuff, and then I could come back and access it and talk to you through this computer. No, that is not how it happens. So I don't need this because this is connected to the computer. This is going to be a very quick live stream. It's not going to be the full enchilada about, you remember when I did my Iceland one and I went through all these slides and stuff. I'm going to do that next week. But I wanted to put something on here today to let you know that my trip to Italy, my group trip, is live. It's live to book. It is going to be May 16th through the 21st, 2024. So you've got plenty of time to pay it out if you want to. So I just wanted to get on here and kind of chat for maybe 5 to 15 minutes. You know, if y'all had any questions, I could answer those for you. But I am actually currently here in my little apartment in Paris, France, not Texas. Let me see if I can pull the chat up. Top chat. Live chat. Can I see a chat? Who knows? What if I do this? Does that, no, that doesn't work. I can't see the chat. I can't see if anybody's chit-chatting about anything. Live chat. Okay, maybe it'll pop up on the screen. If y'all are in here, say hello. Tell me where you're watching from. But yeah, I just got back. I climbed the Arc de Triomphe today in Paris. I'm trying to kind of wrap up this 2-month session in Europe, and I just got back from Italy. I just spent 2 weeks in Florence. It was amazing. I did do some day trips out to Pisa, San Gimignano, Rome, and some other places. So I've got a lot of videos coming to give y'all some tips about that. But while I was in Florence and in Italy, we finalized this group trip to Italy. So I thought, what a better time, because everything's really fresh in my mind, to pop on here and tell you about the trip. So like I said, the dates are May 16th through the 21st, 2024. What is included in your group trip price? So the price as of right now for the early birds, that's the first 10 people, is going to be $29.95. That includes your lodging for the entire trip. We're going to be staying in 4-star hotels, by the way, so I thought that was kind of nice. But it includes your lodging. It does include some meals, and then of course you have some meals that it doesn't include, so that way you can get a meal that you want. You know, maybe you've been craving carbonara and it hasn't been on our menus. Go get you some carbonara. Go get you some cannolis or cannellinis that I ate the other day. Those were really good. But it includes some of your meals. It includes your airport transfers to and from the airport. So when you land in Rome and then when you go home from Rome, we'll help you get to and from the airport. And then it also includes your excursions. We're going to be doing 8 different excursions on this trip. A bunch of them are going to be in Rome because there's just so much to do in Rome. Did I lose y'all? It's kind of doing this swirly thing. Let me see if it, did I lose y'all for a second? There, I think I'm back. Did I lose y'all? If you're here, put something in the comments. I'm actually gonna pull this up on, because I don't know if they're going to be coming up on the screen. I usually do this on my computer and not on my phone. So this is kind of a new test. And I kind of think I'm going to schedule it for the computer next week because that's what I'm used to. Okay, perfect. So anyways, yes, so we're going to do 8 different excursions. Some of the excursions that are included are, for instance, in Rome, like going to Vatican City, St. Peter's Basilica, and seeing the Sistine Chapel and all of that's there. We're going to be going to the Spanish Steps. We're going to be going by the Trevi Fountain. We're going to be going to the Colosseum and the Roman Forum. So all of those kind of quintessential activities that you can do in Rome, we're going to do those. We're going to eat some yummy food. And we're going to be doing all of this with a local guide, someone that not only speaks the language, but has grown up either in Rome or in Italy, and they understand the culture. And Mom and I had this when we went to our trip in Costa Rica, because I went on a Trova trip. That's the company that I'm using, and it's the same company I'm using for my Iceland trip. We used the same company to go on just our personal mother-daughter vacation because I really wanted to get in there and see what the trips are like, not necessarily for me, the host that's putting it on, but for you as the traveler. That way I can give you better information. And I really appreciated having our guide Kat in Costa Rica because she made everything exceptional, above and beyond. And she even added some things to our itinerary that wasn't on there that really, I think, enriched our experience in Costa Rica and really put us in the middle of the culture. So I'm hoping that we get the same thing when we go to Italy. And I love having the local guide there. They can also help us troubleshoot any issues that y'all are having. And then, like I said, they're really good about helping us get to and from the airport and making you feel comfortable. And then when we go out to Florence, because that's on our itinerary as well, we're going to spend a little bit of time in Florence. There is a lot of art in Florence. Florence is the home, the birthplace of the Renaissance, the big art movement, sculptures, paintings, and all of that. Florence was my home base when I went to Italy. I love Florence. Florence is my new happy place. I didn't think a place could be as high on the list as London, but I love Florence. Oh, yay. Hi. I do see a comment. She said the basilica was amazing. Where did it go? Pin the message so I can read it. I don't like that they disappeared. Yes, the basilica is amazing. Oh, the basilica is amazing. You can take the stairs to get all the way to the top. The views from there are fascinating. I betcha. Speaking of, Trekking Pals there on the screen has an Iceland trip. While I'm thinking about it, if anyone missed out on my Iceland trip, 2 things you can do. One, of course, if you want to go with me, I understand. You've been following me. You can get on my wait list. If someone happens to cancel, then we'll let you know. But otherwise, Trekking Pals here also has a Iceland trip. It's the exact same date, same itinerary, everything. So if you're just like, dang it, I just want to go to Iceland, I'm going to put a link here in a second and send you over to her Trover Trip page. And that way you can sign up and go to Iceland with her. Because I really want everybody, if there's something you want to do in the world and there's an excursion or there's a trip or a destination that you want to do, I think you should do it. And if you missed out on mine, then she's got one that's exactly the same. So I just want to plug that in there for a second while I was thinking about it. You're welcome. But we're going to go to Florence. We're going to see a bunch of things there. Some of my most favorite things, of course, we can see the cathedral. I believe that was started in the 1200s. The history in Florence is very rich. And then the baptistry there with those golden, they're golden colored, but they're bronze doors. We're going to see all of that. We're going to go to the Ponte Vecchio Bridge. They've got a beautiful viewpoint if you have some free time up at Piazzale Michelangelo. Forgive my accent, but that is a really good view to just overlook Florence. You can go to Pitti Palace, you can go to the Boboli Gardens. One of my most favorite things in Florence that I did that I don't really hear people talk about enough is going to, if I could say it right, oh gosh, what's it called? It's not Ponte Vecchio Tower. It's something like that. Let me look it up. It was one of my most favorite things because I'm all into the Medici family that kind of helped, shape Florence. And it's where they used to live. And it was kind of the town center because I think it's like Piazza dei Signora is where that's at. It's right next to the Uffizi Gallery. The Uffizi Gallery is another thing we're going to be doing, which I believe, other than the Louvre right here in Paris, is like the number 2 most visited museum in the world. So there's a lot that we're going to be doing. We're going to be eating food. We're going to be eating gelato. We're going to get some yummy, yummy wine. I believe that we've got a visit on this itinerary out to a Tuscan winery. I did that as well when I was in Florence and I ordered 6 bottles of wine that are going to be shipped home to the States. I just told Jeff the other day, I was talking to him on the phone. I'm like, by the way, I ordered 6 bottles of wine. They're going to ship it to the house. And of course he was like, how much was shipping? And I was like, I don't know. Let me look up this tower. I can't find the tower name, but I'll tell you about it I'm going to do an extended live stream, like I said, next week. I'm going to give you some beautiful pictures. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I did in Florence and in Rome and when I went to Pisa, because this trip that we're doing is 6 days long. It is the perfect length, I think, to get into Italy if you've never been. Get your feet wet, kind of understand the culture, maybe learn a few phrases to use on your trip, and then extend that trip after we're done. Especially if you get 2 weeks off from work, that's perfect. That'll give you another, I'd say, 5 days, and then you can come home. Or you can extend it before our tour. If you're confident, you're like, hey, I can do this. Definitely then come in before the tour and then just join us when it's our tour start date. That's fine. So yeah, that's what I would do. I think it's the perfect length. It is going to be quite a busy trip. So if you're going for just a leisurely sit and do nothing, that's probably not, this is not the trip for you. But I will say that you can do any of these activities, or you can skip some of the activities. If there's a day where we're doing something that you're not super interested in, maybe art's not your thing, you don't want to go to the Uffizi Gallery, that's fine. You just want to walk around Florence and sit and drink wine, you can do that. Just say, hey, I'm not going. It's not a big deal. This is your trip. At the end of the day, this is your trip. You make it what you want it to be. But as of today, booking is now open. Early bird pricing is $29.95 per person. You can come solo. You can come with a partner, a friend. It doesn't matter to me. It's not just for females. But of course, I do talk mostly to females because I want females to have trips that they feel comfortable coming on. I want you to feel safe. But it is technically open to anybody that wants to come. After the first 10 people have booked, the price will go up by $100. So right now is when you can get in to save $100 on your trip. And of course, if you're coming as a couple, you're saving $200. So that's awesome. And then after the first 10 people have booked, the price will go up that $100. And then you can book out from there. This is a limited number of people on this trip. So I would say if you're interested in coming, go ahead and claim your spot. You can pay that out. They do offer you, as of right now, you can pay it out until about 3 months before the trip. But otherwise, you can extend that if you choose. You can pay it out for 6 months, 12 months, or 18 months. So that might help you as well. If Italy's been on your bucket list and you're like, hey, this is a trip of a lifetime that I want to do, I would definitely think about booking and paying it out. Of course, if this is not in your budget, no pressure. That's quite all right. I don't want to press you into doing anything that you're not ready for or your wallet's not ready for, because I completely understand that. But I do want to offer these trips up to people who are interested in coming to Italy. And I think sometimes it just makes me feel better to go to a country that I'm a little bit, not that I'm weary about Italy or anything like that, but it's a different language for most of us that are come from the United States. And especially getting out as a female and going abroad, that's a big deal. And so if this is your first trip, I think going on a group trip is the best way to do that, because you have people there that are with you to support you. We're going to help you get to and from the airport. I'm going to have Zoom calls. That's what I'm doing with my Iceland group right now. Oh, I forgot. Trekking Pals, sorry. Would you put your link to your trip in the chat? For some reason I can't put it in. It's not letting me. So would you mind copying and pasting that in case anybody wants to go on your Iceland trip with you? But anyways, I don't want to press you into it, but for like my mom and I going to Costa Rica on our group trip, it was the best thing ever, because Costa Rica and Central America or South America, that's something that we've never done. And it was nice to have people there to support us, to help us get to and from the airport. We Zoom calls, like I said, that's what I'm doing with my Iceland people. We're checking in, we're making sure you've got your passports, we're talking about visas, we're talking about packing, and then on top of that, I usually make a chat group on the mobile app Telegram, and we're in that chat as well on my Iceland group. We're talking about flight deals that people have found. We're talking about somebody knock on my door. I don't know. I'll talk quieter. I don't know if someone knocked or not. Anyway. Maybe I'm being too loud. Anyway. So yeah, we've got an app that we chat about flight deals, packing, any other questions that come up in between our Zoom meetings, and then we're going to use that Telegram app to talk to each other during the trip, to talk to your guide during the trip. So you are very supported. We are here for you. So yeah, if nobody has any other questions, I just kind of wanted to go over what was included. I wanted to let you know that booking is open. I will put a link down in the description of this video, and I'll put a link in I'll pin a comment That way you can go look at the itinerary, you can look at the dates, you can look at the payment plans, see if this is for you. And then next week, when I'm home back in the States, yay! I am going to do another group chat, give you some pictures, give you some video from my trip, and kind of go over it a little bit more in depth. So, yeah. Well, thank y'all for watching, and I will see you again next week. Bye.